Okay, Chrystal, I have a funny story to tell you.
I'm scared. Okay. I'm ready. Tell me.
Okay, so, I actually don't know if I've told you this. I'm doing laser hair removal.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah.
Does that hurt?
A little.
Okay.
It does. It depends on, there's been times that I've gone that it hasn't hurt at all, and then times that, like, it hurts like a mofo. Like, today I went, and I was just, like, I was literally holding onto the bed, and I'm just like, please go faster. Like, this hurts.
Are you doing it, like, everywhere, or?
I'm doing it underarms and Brazilian.
Okay.
And basically, like, what it feels like is, like, imagine, like, just somebody with an elastic, like, snapping. I know. But the amount, like, I really do not like body hair. Yeah. And it's probably not very feminist of me, but I really don't like it. And so, and it's just going to be, like, so much, it'll be so nice to not have to think about it and not be at the beach one day and, like, lift your arm up and just be like, oop, forgot about that, you know?
Dude. That reminds me.
Tell me.
I did the Spartan race with my sister, like, a few years ago. Did I tell you that?
No. Oh, well, I knew you did the Spartan race, but
we were wearing, like, tank tops and, like, booty shorts, and we were, like, about to go in, right, and do the Spartan race. And we're in the car waiting to go in, and we both realized that we forgot to shave our armpits. And it was, like, bad. Like, we could braid them together bad.
Oh, no.
And so we found the only thing we could find in the car was tweezers. And so we took turns just, like... And we didn't even get all of it. We just got enough. So if we took pictures like this, it wouldn't look too bad.
My God.
We should have used Photoshop. We didn't think that through, but that hurt quite a bit.
Oh my gosh, 1 by 1?
Well, we tried doing it in chunks, but that hurts worse because you're pulling it from different spots.
You guys are crazy. Oh my gosh, that sounds very painful.
It took a while longer to grow back.
It's true.
That's nice.
It's true. It's like you take the pain of waxing and you multiply it by 10.
But the result is the same, so it's not worth it.
It's probably even worse because you're not getting all of them.
Just getting, like, rashes from just pulling and, like, accidentally pinching your skin over and over.
You're just doing the Spartan. You're just, like, bleeding from your armpits.
It's better than hair. It was pretty bad. But you're getting lasers, so tell me about that.
Yeah. So I go in to, like, get laser, and the esthetician, like, super nice girl, we were chatting.
And have gotten really close.
This is where that's going. She started telling me, like, about how, like, she's wanting to have kids and stuff like that, and just kind of told me a little bit about that. And then she, like, turns to me and she's just like, I hope that wasn't, like, TMI. And I was like,
my cooch is in your
girl,
face.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm like spread eagle over here. Like, you can see the light from the other side. You know?
You can see when my next period is going to be. I think we're close.
I'm like, there are no secrets between us at this point.
That's so funny.
You know everything about me. Please tell me more. Let's at least equal this relationship out a little bit.
You can do the palm read from my coach. You can see the line of life, the money, like, you know my entire history.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. She knows my future better than I do.
I just picture her like, I hope that wasn't TMI, like, looking up at you.
Yeah. My legs are just like spread up, and I'm like, no, that's okay. This is a safe space.
It's so good.
Yeah. Can't make that stuff up.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That reminds me, this is TMI, but when I was giving birth to Luca, I was like really self-conscious because, like, I was used to going to the OB, but not like having like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And like you're spread out pushing a human. Yeah. And all of a sudden like 20 students rolled up and everyone started like, I think they just went.
Which makes you even more concerned. You're like, what's going on down there? What are we studying here?
This is not the way I would like to be in textbooks. But I think it was just like they had students there and they invited them in because why not?
Have you wondered like how many essays have been written? Like
you're writing poems about it. They didn't do anything. I swear they were just like opening and closing cabinets and like moving things. I think they just like wanted to study the situation, but they didn't want to ask for permission, so they acted like they had a purpose. And I don't know if it was like the epidural or like just me being so embarrassed I felt like I needed to crack jokes. But I was like, welcome to the grand opening. I'm sorry I'm not like decent right now. I just started saying random stuff. And they were like laughing and I'm like, not the idea of a first comedy show, but I guess cool. I don't know. It was
You're
so
like
bad.
my first stand-up.
It was half like nervous energy, like I'm gonna have to push a human out. There's people here, and apparently I'm really funny in like stressful situations.
That is hilarious.
It was so sad, but it turned out okay.
That's funny. I can just like I'm just picturing like them talking to each other and just being like, we can't even see the baby. Just...
Thanks for that.
That's based
or
off
some
of
man
nothing.
saying like she's pushing wrong. Some shiz. It's like fine, catch.
Or, yeah, like some guy in the back just like, oh my head, I have like the worst headache right now. Like
I know.
In the middle of contractions.
It's like I feel you. I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
Terrible. That's like one of the worst things ever when, I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you, because it's happened to me a few times, and maybe just because I was having like babies or something. I don't think I've had another situation, but where they'll come and ask you like, is it okay? Like we have a student here today. Is it okay if they come in? Have you ever had that happen?
Well, actually, laser hair removal. that happened.
I mean, you can experiment with that.
Well, it was like,
I need a professional. I don't want a student.
Well, it was like, it was somebody who was learning, so she was just shadowing. She wasn't actually doing it. But like, they just walk in and the esthetician's just like, hey, like, she's shadowing, whatever. And I'm like, okay.
So the three of us are going to have to make conversation.
My legs are already open. You've already seen it.
Did you ever, I mean, side note, they know your name. Do you ever think they, like, look you up to see what they don't know about you? It's like...
They, like, go stalk you. They're like, oh, I could tell.
Your socials are private. You're not, but... Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
That is so funny. Yeah, so... And this was the first time I was meeting the esthetician, so I didn't know either of them, and I'm just sitting there like...
It's so hard to say no, because it's like, you don't want to be rude, because you want them to like you, but also how uncomfortable.
Want them to like you. Yeah, honestly, I'm actually, like, probably not the thing to say on, like, the internet, but I'm fairly comfortable with, like, being naked.
You're like, yeah, bring them in. Yeah. The full class.
I'm like, the more the better, you know? Maybe she'll see something you don't, you know?
Fresh pair of eyes. That's hilarious. I was gonna go kind of TMI with the doctor thing, because I mean we'll still go there, whatever. But they usually check you towards the end of your pregnancy to check like your cervix or whatever, and so they're like, we're just gonna have the student do it, and then the student did it one of the times, and I'm like, okay, and then the doctor's like, okay, now I'm gonna check. I'm like, I have to do this twice. You mofos didn't pick who was gonna do it. You didn't tag team this on the other side of the door. You're just gonna
discuss this beforehand.
So
is there a third coming?
Like, if you're gonna do the full exam twice, then like, don't. Pick who's gonna do it. It really pissed me off because it hurt. I don't know. At least for me, it hurt a lot because you're pregnant. There's a head down there, and they're like, we're just gonna check you again.
Yeah, that student probably did it wrong.
Oh my gosh. I don't care. I'm like, I just want to go home and forget about this interaction. I'm kind of done.
That's so funny.
That's terrible. my gosh.
And you're not going to get any of the credit.
I know.
You're still paying a full bill.
They might charge me for both of them. I'd even get a discount.
Procedures.
Oh my gosh.
So funny.
That happened the other day. This is kind of a different situation. But Milo was sick. He had strep because we all got strep, which was so fun to have. But I had to take him to the doctor and they took forever. And I know like they were busy, whatever. But it's really hard with like a baby. You're trying to calm him down and he's like really upset. And then they come in and they like want to do all these exams and he's freaking out because he only wants you. Yeah. And so they had that happen. Like the nurse came in, did the whole thing, bugged the heck out of him. He was screaming, trying to hold him. I also had strep, so like I'm sick with a
You're
mask.
Also screaming.
Can't breathe. I know. No one's holding me. I need a bigger person to hold me while I hold the baby. And Josh was like home with Luca, who was also sick with strep. Yeah. It was a mess. And so they finally come in, the doctor and the lady, and they're like, oh yeah, we have a student here today and she's going to perform the exam. She does the whole thing. He's screaming, freaking out. We finally get done. And then the doctor leaves. And then the doctor comes back in. And the doctor's like, okay, now I'm going to do the exam. And I'm like, you're effing kidding me right now. Yeah. He's screaming, freaking out. Doesn't want to, like, have people touching him and doing the ear exam and the mouth exam and whatever. Yeah. And they did it all over again.
Yeah.
I was so mad. And the bill was expensive, too. Yeah. So pissed.
There's got to be a better, like, system for that. Or, like, you can pick and choose the patients, you know? Like, if there's a kid that's a little calmer, like...
Yeah, and, like, too sick, I feel like when it's that bad and they have a fever and... I mean, maybe if she wanted to be in the room, that's fine, but, like...
Yeah,
not
or,
the
like...
time, you know?
So, explain to me, was the doctor in there with the student?
I don't remember. Were both doctors? I'm pretty sure they both came in and one of them did it, and then they both left, and then the doctor came in to do it again. I think she might have done it wrong... or something.
Yeah.
But they had to, like, I don't know. Have you ever gotten, like, tested for strep?
Yeah.
They put that Q-tip, like, down to your booty hole. Like, it goes all the way
all the way through. You see it on the other side.
And for a baby, he was like,
yeah,
like, freaking out.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. So they had to do that again. And, like, the checking the ears and whatever, all the things that they did.
Yeah.
I was just so annoyed. Because I'm like... Don't test me. Like, I said yes because I thought one person was going to do it.
Right.
Anyway.
That needs to be maybe, like, a disclosure. Like, when they say, like, hey, can a student do this? It will be done twice.
I just need to grow a pair to say no. But
It's so hard. Yeah, it's so hard.
It's like, I don't want to be a jerk. And, like, I know that you're learning. But it's like, come on.
I know.
Do it to someone else.
Keep practicing on the mannequin.
I know. Serious. Practice on each other. I don't care. Like, do it before I got here. Like,
oh, that's so funny. That actually reminds me, my brother is in med school right now.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's one of those students.
Like him a little less.
He has this, like, little kit to practice stitching, and it's just like, I don't know what it is. I think it's like silicone, and you just kind of like knit through it, you know, like to do the you just practice the stitches, and there's like different shapes and stuff, and you just practice on it.
Yeah.
In December I was carving something. I decided I could carve a piece of wood, like a game thing.
Okay.
Because I was gonna give it as a gift. Anyway, as I'm carving, I don't know how to hold this wood. I also, like, my fingers went numb from holding the tools wrong. It was numb for, like, months. I just barely got the feeling back in my fingers. Anyway.
Wow.
I'm a very determined person. Anyway, I'm holding the thing, and I'm holding the tool, or, like, the piece of wood, and I'm holding the tool, and I, like, jabbed myself on my finger first, and then I was like, oh, that's okay, put a Band-Aid on, kept going and jabbed myself in the hand, and I'm just, like, bleeding profusely from my hand. And then I just called my mom, and like, I FaceTimed her. I was like, does this look like it needs stitches? And she's like, yeah.
Just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, that probably it's, like, falling, like, there's just, like, my hand's just falling apart.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, that probably needs stitches. She's like, you should call your brother. And I'm like,
free services, that's nice.
I know. I was like, the guy that's been practicing on silicone. So
save $200.
No, for real. I was like, okay. So
I might stitch an extra finger or something, but whatever.
I came in for a stitch and I lost a finger. Anyway, yeah. So I went to his. I went to him, and his wife is a nurse too. So she had stuff to like numb my hand, so that I wouldn't feel it.
Yeah.
So she like numbs it, and my brother grabs his little kit and he just like starts going on my hand, and he is just he's so good at what he does. He went beyond where it was numb, so he like just missed it, and then you could like hear it pop like on the other side.
Oh my gosh, I hate the story so much. I'm so sorry.
It hurt so much, but hey, look, you can barely even see, like, there's like a little scar right there. There's a scar from like where the needle went in and out.
Got extras. Got a tattoo. Just spell my name, it's fine.
And so, like, he left his mark. He signed it. You'll always know if
it's his work. You didn't have to pay for it. You have to at least use you as marketing. Yeah. His phone number and like place of business.
Yeah. If you want to get stitched by this doctor.
Yeah, he didn't lie.
Yeah, no, and then after that, I found out that was his first ever. Like, he had never done it.
At least he had the decency not to tell you before.
I know. And it's so funny, because, like, as he's, like, stitching me up, he's just, like, he's just sweating so much. He's just like, is anybody else's boob sweating?
So he did tell you beforehand that he didn't know what he was doing.
In other words, yes.
I've done this before. Totally. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I just got this I got this like swoob right now.
All my chins are sweating.
Yeah.
Gosh,
which is the funniest sentence coming from a man. I just like, you hear it from girls all the time, but he's just like, I got a sick case of swoob right now.
I've never used that. I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of underground medicine, I have a story.
Tell me.
I mean, I don't think this is illegal, but it was sketch. So, forever ago, my sister was like I don't even fully know, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I think she was like a CNA or something, like not a nurse, but she graduated in psychology, I think, but she started working as a CNA, like an assistant of whatever. Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, so I think now you have to have a license for this or something, but you didn't back then, or at least not where you worked. And
to be a CNA?
Well, yeah. And she needed to, like, be able to draw blood.
Oh, like a phlebotomist?
I think you need a certification for that.
No.
She was like a CNA, I think.
Oh, okay.
But they started asking her at work to draw blood.
Oh, interesting. And she'd never done it before?
She never done it. Had no training. And so this is so bad. We had these Sunday dinners.
That's like irreplaceable work's responsibility. Like, that's their fault.
She, like, scammed all of us because she started doing these family dinners on Sunday with, like, siblings and friends. Uh-huh. And then at first, like, after dinner, she was practicing it on, like, an orange or something. And then it escalated to, like, could I draw your blood? And so for a while there, every Sunday after dinner, she would draw all of her blood. She, like, there's this one girl that she missed it, like, 6 times. She just, like, she had all these bruises of, like, spots that she had tried and she had missed.
Oh, my gosh.
And, yeah, she had, like, she wasn't going to do anything with it, but she had this Ziploc bag full of, like, little containers with everyone's blood. Because she didn't know how to dispose of it.
Yeah.
So it was just in the freezer for a while.
That's hilarious. She's just, like, selling it on the black market. You guys have, like, no idea.
I was like, I'm a broke college student, but I don't think I'm coming over for dinner anymore. The free dinners are just not worth it. I don't know.
Did you ever go through a phase of selling plasma?
I thought that was going a different direction. I haven't. I've kind of wanted to. My brother did it for a while. You can get quite a bit of money, I think, from it, right?
Yeah, you can make, I mean, especially for like a broke college student, you can make a decent amount of money. They're ripping you off because they make like 20 times what they're giving you, but it's like not a bad like little side hustle.
Also, like, the thought of it is sick. Like, a bunch of people just like hooked up to a machine,
blood
coming out, and they're like, here's $20. Thank you so much for your service.
That's exactly what it is.
I just wrote the business model in like 2 seconds or less.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's just like everybody on these like little beds, like they try to make it not look like a hospital bed, but it basically is. It's just like these little like recliners
around.
Everybody
give you a water
like
bottle on your way out
for like no reason.
It's gotta be like also a really awkward situation to like run into people you know, or people like you don't like.
Blinking light, like it's.
You're now sitting next to each other for like an hour or whatever.
The phlebotomists are wearing like those like medieval masks.
Yeah, never mind. I don't want to do that.
No, I'm just kidding. It's all like it looks
legit.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It doesn't look bad, and it's done pretty well, you know.
Yeah.
You got some 18-year-olds with a needle coming at you, but
my sister.
my brothers did it for a while. My sister-in-law too. They worked at a plasma center, and they would do it. And I used to go and like make some money from doing that. But then there was one time that I don't know what happened, but I got the biggest blood like bubble on my arm. It was just like, it was huge. It was like a little mountain. And then it like, I didn't do anything, but it went away, and then my whole arm was just like purple for like the longest time. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what happened there,
what a blood bubble was.
Well, I don't even know if that's what it's called. It was like the biggest, like it just like, it was like the next day, it just like, it was like that big. It spanned like, it was
I feel like you had a lawsuit in your hands. Could have gotten a lot of money from them.
I know, I should have gone. I should have tried.
My arm fell off.
Should have Googled it. They didn't have ChatGPT back then.
To be your lawyer.
Yeah. What was I supposed to do? Look it up myself.
That's why they put the plasma clinics near like the colleges and stuff. It's like they're too broke to ever retaliate.
They're too broke and they have no time.
That is so sad.
Yeah. We're just the best population for that.
The good thing is that you might be able to get a free like checkup out of it. My brother used to drink a lot of energy drinks, which I shouldn't be drinking it now. It's a bad example. But he was having too much of it, and they like identified that he had like a liver thing and he needed to stop. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So maybe it's like free checkup.
Yeah. I think they say it like, this isn't supposed to be used as a free checkup.
Oh, okay. Scratch that. But if you go to a plasma clinic and they turn you away, you know it's bad. You gotta go somewhere.
Go donate plasma, and on the side, you got a free checkup.
It's more like a worst case scenario kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's hilarious. Have you ever, this is random, have you ever seen videos of like ultrasounds of like pregnant women and they start laughing? And the baby's just like shaking in there.
When I think I was pregnant with Luca, we were there for an ultrasound, and I can't remember why, but I think the doctor said something like, "Do you want to see him move or something?" And she just went like, she like poked my belly so hard, and like you could see him go like this, and I'm like, stop. Just want to know that he's breathing and he's chilling there, but like, also, ow. If it hurt me, I imagine how much it hurt the baby. Like you want to see him move?
No, I don't.
It's like I'm okay, actually. But yeah, those are crazy. Have you seen the videos of like the belly and just like the belly moving from like the baby kicking?
Yeah. It's so creepy. Sometimes you can see like the whole hand. Like
it's like those horror movies where like there's a face in the wall. Yeah. I used to be terrified of getting pregnant from that because I just thought it was just
so funny.
Most disgusting thing ever.
That's something I look forward to. Like I want to see the little hand coming out of me.
I mean, even when I was pregnant, like the first few times it was scary. It was like, that's a butt. Like, yeah. And it's like, it's a good thing he's moving, but it's also like freaky. But you get used to it, and it is fun because like you're pregnant for so long. You find out you're pregnant, and then you're pregnant and sick and whatever. And then you don't have the baby yet for such a long time that seeing him move and stuff is kind of rewarding. Like, I didn't just make this up in my head.
Like, there's an actual living being inside of me.
There's a purpose.
Which is weird. Yeah. Like, there's a whole being inside of you, you know? Yeah. Every single time I see a newborn, that's, like, my first thought. I just always look at the mom, and I'm like, this little thing was just inside of you. Like, this whole thing.
No. I have stitches. I remember.
I didn't forget. But it's just like the concept of like, it's a human.
Yeah.
And it was inside of you.
Crazy. The mom is like bleeding, wearing a diaper. She's like, yeah.
And I'm like, no, you don't get it.
I get it.
It was in you.
I know, it is crazy. I feel like it gets weirder to think about it as they get older. Because I look at like Luca, who's like 3.5 or however old he is. And I'm like, you used to be little and I made you. That's wild.
Yeah, you didn't exist.
I know.
That's, wild.
It's weird.
Wild thoughts.
I know. It's the energy drink just getting to me. The midnight thoughts. Crazy.
Maybe that's what we should call the podcast. Midnight thoughts. And then we do it in the morning. Just to confuse people.
Gaslight everyone.
Okay, that was fun. That was another episode of This Stays Between Us.
Bye.